All right, a Black Lives
R-Fla.
Matter leader is backing Trump. How about that? For president. Roll that tape.
It's the duplicity of the Democrats, the hypocrisy. We're not stupid. The brothers are not stupid. We understand when someone's for us and when someone is not. And it's obvious that the Democratic Party is not for us. A lot of people are misinformed. They don't really understand because they don't educate themselves on Donald Trump as a person and his history. But if they do that, and it's going to take, leaders, educated leaders, getting the word out there, I think that it'll happen on its own. It'll be organic because personally, I love the man. I mean, how could you not like if a real man? How could you not relate to someone like that?
Oh. Florida Republican Congressman Byron Donalds joins me now. Trump is attracting a BLM guy. What do you make of that, Congressman?
What I make of it is that Donald Trump's going to be the 47th president of the United States. And listen, there's been a lot of stuff that the media has been culpable in trying to make Donald Trump damaged goods, but that's far from what the reality is. He is the best president we've had in the modern era, right there with Ronald Reagan. He is the best. You compare him to Joe Biden, it's not even a contest. I told you about a year ago, Stuart, this was going to be the Pepsi Taste Challenge for presidential elections. Who did the better job, 46 or 45? And the answer is the 45th president of the United States, not even close. But what is happening with minority voters in this country is they are looking at this economy, they are looking at a world that is now on fire, they are looking at inflation, they're looking at what's happening with the future of their children, and they are realizing that conservative policies that have been put forward by Donald Trump are the pathway to success for this country. Black people want that, Hispanic people want that, white people want that, obviously everybody wants it. Donald Trump is the guy that can deliver. That's why you're seeing this move of minority voters supporting Donald Trump.
Okay, we got that straightened out. Now then, the annual Reagan National Defense Survey shows a whopping 75% of us are concerned that China is overtaking America as the world's top superpower. Are those fears warranted, Congressman?
Oh, there are serious concerns that we need to address. First and foremost, China is dominating the globe in critical minerals. We have to do the job here in Washington, stop the environmental foolishness, get into the game, because critical minerals are essential. Number two, China has built a massive military, and they're on the move. We know they don't care about human rights. That has never been their concern, and they have a massive economy that relies in part on our economy, but it's massive nonetheless. China's goals have been clear. They want to become the world's superpower, both economically and militarily. And the only reason that goal might be achieved is because of terrible leadership here in Washington, D.C. We can be the continued superpower in the globe, but the United States government has to unleash the United States people. If we do that, we're going to be just fine. We won't have to worry about China.
Well, straight talk from Byron Donalds, Congressman. That was really cool. Thanks very much for joining us, as always. I know we'll see you again soon. Thank you, sir.